Scorpio, kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is your reading for the month of June 2021. So I just want to get going. I want to get going, and there seems to be a theme of that lately with all the videos I've done so far. But anyway, the energy of Scorpio and the messages that are coming through are just going to have to tie-ho, wait a bit. So anyway, welcome. I just want to say a great big thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel, and invite those of you who haven't subscribed to do that now during the video or at the end of the video, and welcome to those of you who are new to watching my videos. Welcome and thank you for joining me, popping along or clicking on this video to see what might be coming up for you. So also leave a like, a comment, and that I'm always curious as to see. It's always nice to know too, just to see how these the messages or the readings come through for you, and if they're making any sense to you at all, or they resonate with you, or they help you in some way to figure some things out and encourage you along the way on your journey in this lifetime. Okay, that would be cool. So this is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. So I do encourage that you check out what your other signs are to give you a more comprehensive overview about what could be going on for you and how you can get around it, things in your life in this next month. So I will be doing them weekly, getting some more momentum in that, just to give you some in-between bits that are maybe a little bit more specific and a few hints. So they're just going to be short ones. But also, I just want to remind everybody that these are general. So they may, some parts of it or all parts of it may be, I'm just going to turn that because it was in reverse, may resonate with you, but others may not. So, and if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Just take what does and leave what does not, okay? There's no pressure, and you have free will. So just saying though, checking out what your other signs, like I said before, can help maybe bring some of it together for you if it doesn't. The other thing is though, it just sometimes, like I say, even if it does, there may be a little bit more information in some of your other areas of your life, like your emotional or your soul or the love side of that, maybe, or your sun, depending on which is your predominant sign that you follow, may bring a bit more light, shed a bit more light on things. And may resonate with you more in that area of your life. Okay. So anyhow, so here we are. We're getting going with the world. Well, first of all, we have friction. Everybody's, or just about everybody's, had friction this today. With this round of videos. So I do feel like a lot of it is because, we've been this energy that we are living in at the moment. There's a lot of shifting, a lot of moving, people like physically as well. But come through like some spiritual developments and understanding of ourselves, ourselves basically, and helping us to move through it, but also some understanding of how our mental, emotional side works as well, and how there may have been some entrapment in some way through. And when I say entrapment, that's interesting. I haven't said that before in that context, but how we've been entrapped in some limiting belief patterns and things like that, and habits that we've accumulated on the way throughout time. Anyway, there's something, but that friction is good because it starts to bring up stuff, open up stuff to be looked at and to work through, because we have the King of Cups here. So whatever that friction is and whatever it is, I feel like you're able to overcome it, because you're this King of Cups has come out straight away. So you may have been working through something or been working through quite a few things in the past, and now when friction comes, it comes to you, or you can't go to it, or whatever happens, it's like you're more able to not buy into the drama, the emotional drama of it. It's like you are kind of like detached from it. Like it's there. It's not like you're emotionless, but you have empathy or sympathy or, that side of things and in that way. But it's like, and you do feel sorry for what you have maybe created or in that sense. And, you know what I mean? But it's something that you're more... you're knowing the difference between that, what is yours and what is not yours, and how far to go in with sharing, sympathies, empathies, and that sort of thing, but in your emotions in some sort of way. So there's more of a control in a way, but in a positive way. It's not like control as in suppressing them and pushing them down. It's more in control in the sense that you're in your own knowing, in your own being, and you know how to separate yourself from that. So that's really cool. In the past that may not have been, because I just love how he's sitting in his throne, and you can see him on the water. It's like he's floating above the water or on the water, just like Jesus would walk on water. You know what I mean? And it's like, he's so that, he's not drowning in his emotions. He's like got the cup there and he's holding it in front of him. So there's that sense of gratitude and that sense of having faith and trust, but looking within. So which means when we're in that, in that space where our intuition is way more heightened, and our relationships are more with ourselves or with the King, with himself, is more balanced and appreciated. Gratitude, which is kind of what I was kind of picking up before, but not only that, it's with himself as well as with others who, like loved ones, colleagues, and that. It's like, okay, you might swing in and out of stuff, but it's not like you're going to stay there forever. It's like you can quite quickly bring yourself back because you're in that more of a knowing now, Spirit are talking about. So that is obviously you, being Scorpio. So I just feel like there is, there's some movement, there's some definite change. So when friction does come above, and friction, like I say, friction could be a good friction, not necessarily a negative friction. Sometimes the friction can bring out really positive things as in movement forward. So this one here, this card here, the next one is absence. Oh yeah, by the way, so this is like this week, because today is the 3rd, Thursday the 3rd of June 2013 that I'm reading it, so I'm a little bit behind, but it's like, I feel like it's quite pertinent to do it now anyway on saying that. But yeah, so this is like this week, next week, and the 3rd week and the 4th week, so rolling out through this month. So it may go a little bit quicker for you, it may go, and some parts might happen sooner, it might be a bit long for you, whatever it is, just go with the flow of it. But the second card, so you might be having this sense of absence, or feeling the sense of absence, that there's something not quite there or missing with you. And I'm going to turn it around because it's like the Spirit are talking about turning it around so you can feel it. So there is something shifting and moving in that sense. But when you get it, it's like there's something, because there's something like formation is this one, is the next card. But when you get it, it's like this friction is like bringing up stuff, which can bring about a little bit of like the absence of truth, that absence of stuff to sustenance, that absence of, a clue or somebody being around, or, I just haven't quite got it yet, but that's okay. It's coming. And it's like, and this is what this friction is about. There's bringing this information to you, so you can figure it out what it is, that feeling of that sense of absence is about. Because there's in doing that, it's like you're not feeling like you maybe not able to form anything, with nothing that's forming, going into formation, but it will. Okay, it's Spirit is saying, I'm hearing from the angels as well, that these things are starting to form or come together where you can make more sense of things. So in good form as well. It's quite interesting. So anyway, we have the core, that one, there's 2 of Swords there, and I just want to shuffle Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's interesting with yous. I'm going across rather than down, and then I'm going back up again to the top, but we'll see how we go. But then, because then we have, okay, I see where you're going with that, Spirit. So friction in control of that, whatever emotions come up there, whether they be, positive and or negative. It's like you're able to like figure it out now and, make that, bring things together. The Nine of Pentacles talks about, overall there is that sense of achievement, success, and you're able to feel like you're feeling able to move on, like there's more groundedness, more stability within pretty much, I feel like for some of you, in pretty much all areas of life, that maybe just some a few things there that are kind of not quite there, but it's like otherwise, other than that, I'm feeling quite content to move on into knowing that what I have accumulated, what I have done is like I'm ready to move on. So that could be with like, career, with your business, with, like some sort of financial achievement that you've made, could be with study. I'm hearing, something that you're learning along the way there. And it may not necessarily be learning as in going, signing up to like university or doing something like that, some sort of institution like that, in that sense. But it's like, it could be some workshops that you're doing, whatever that is, but there's something that you're feeling, oh yeah, I know I've got this and now. And because you're more in control of your emotions as well, or and whether you're female or male, it's either way, there is something that you're feeling more grounded in yourself and knowing that actually that when I'm in my truth and when I'm settled in that, I actually can create more, see more, do more within the realms of where I want to go. So this absence, like I said, I've turned it around. So because of that, it's like there seems to be, in a way, for some of you, that sense of absence is like, wow, it's like you're not carrying that load anymore, or you're not carrying that grief anymore, or you're not, you're not feeling like you're held back with that, and that. So it really just starts to, open up your world, basically. Oopsie daisy. So we have the world card here. So something, does come to an end where you're feeling quite, or you're bringing things together. It's like, on saying that you get something, for some of you, it does come to an end, but for others of you, it's, you can see how, or how this can come about. It's like your dream is right there. And that's when, in some ways, I feel like what's that absence is about is like you haven't quite, nailed it yet, but you're getting there. You're on your way, because this Nine of Pentacles is saying that, yep, you're ready for this change, which is, this absence that was been there. Something has come to fruition, so it opens up your world, and you know that actually, because I'm just drawn to this beautiful big tree. The tree is about you, about ourselves, and how big and strong we are and grounded we are, rooted in ourselves and our truth, and when we can move on. So there's there's that big old tree, and there's that new sapling, the new one, that's growth. So there's new growth. There's an older woman there and a younger male there, a child by the look of it. So there's something, there's a change, there's something new, a new growth, a new opening, or a new into a new world is what I'm hearing. For some of you may understand that. The Page of Wands here too. See, there's a new beginning there as well. So I kind of feel, what I'm feeling there is like you're more able to put forward these nows, or these ideas now, and walk forward with the ideas more so now than what you have been before. So while you've been accumulating them, it's like time to move forward. And if I'm going down and across them, see, that's like the Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, moving into something new, bringing something together, creating fire, all those sorts of things. It's like when I'm saying creating fire, there's like a clearing in a way. You're clearing the way in this so you can move forward. The formation, yeah, so things are starting to come into formation there. And it's like, yep, I'm feeling more content about moving forward, because now I know where I'm going. And the Emperor here, which is really interesting. So he's come through, he's like in control, he's leading the way, he's manifesting, he's, actually more than, I'm hearing more magnetizing that what he wants, wants to achieve in his life. So when it's magnetizing, it's not so much like that I'm not seeing it like everything's coming to him, which everything is, but it's also him going to it as well with that. So there's a meeting. For some of you will feel like everything's starting to like come together, like magnetized together, or aligning up into where you need it to go, where it was all out there and it's all swished around, but now it's more in alignment of where are you wanting to go, which is really cool. So he brings this beautiful fire energy as well to like clear things and get going, build a new platform to work on. So with a new platform, because there's something like this formation I'm feeling, that's like creating that platform. The Six of Chalices here, there's something about moving, there's some sort of celebration and happiness. So it's like you can kind of, you've gone through something emotional and you're seeing your way clear now. Or, when I say going through, it's like something may come up as well, and it may trigger something, a memory, but you can move through that, and you can see where you're going, because the Nine of Pentacles, Page of Wands, there, new beginning. Even though there's this sense of joy, that being in that sense of joy, that yes, I'm moving and on and like coming down that way as well. There's a lot of movement and sense of joy that you've overcome something, and you're so on your way to doing whatever it is that you need to do. I do, obviously, because that's a Cups, I do feel like there is, that is you, okay? And then we have the core. It's like you're getting to the core of it. Some of you is maybe still on your way to getting to the core of it, which is why I'm saying getting to it. But some of you have got to the core of it, so you're in a different space. You're ready to more move on with it. By the end of the month, I have a sense that some of you are more here now, not now or nearly there, like you're getting to the core of it, or the crux of it. So in healing, these parts of you, like your heart chakra, but all parts of you actually, and grounding yourself. So the core is, where she's got her hands is in here, and the solar plexus is where most of us, hold stuff as well. But it's with that emotional stuff, and then the sacral chakra. So which is where there's a lot of yellow and the orange in there. So it's really very in red. So something is clearing away. Beautiful healing green energy there, and you're starting to see your way clear. In all areas, like mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, soulfully. Even there's been something like coming together where you're able to like bring to form the information, and it's like, okay, I got it now, and now I can get moving. So like I say, this could be to do, things are starting to come together with you, with a relationship, whether it's coming together where you're going to move into one, and or create one, or go in, or leaving one, whatever that is. It could be leaving one to go into one, whatever that is. But it could be something about you working through something where, with a relationship wise, where you're working on healing yourself to allow it, so you can be ready to go into a relationship for you, without any like dramas and things like that on your part interfering or getting in the way with you, and you moving forward into accepting someone into your life, or allowing, and vice versa. So and some of you, this is about relationships with yourself, personally, like I say, as with others, but also within your with your workspace, with what you're wanting to do with work in your life, or self-employment, a business, whatever. It could be anything to do with, something to do with what you're learning with some of you. So maybe like going off track, or with something, that course has been brought up lots of things for you to take notice of yourself, about yourself, and moving forward. So I don't feel like it's not necessarily that some of you, maybe you have felt like, some of you felt like giving up, letting it go, this is just too hard, but don't, just keep going through it, because there's something that is bringing up for you to take a look at yourself, and to so you can be more in your power, or gain more power of your power within, and bring that out, allow that to come out. I don't know why I touched those. I do, something's coming out. So with this core, there's like there's going to help you to decide. There's some decisions that you're needing to make, and it's like toing, and some of you may be toing and froing, but it's also, you know, a time to like sit and contemplate about your path for some of you. I do feel like there's about a decision that's being, you know, that is needing to be made for some of you. I'm hearing, you know, it doesn't necessarily need to be like immediate, but it's like sooner rather than later. Don't drag it out is what I'm hearing on saying that. Because it's like I'm hearing, like I'm seeing the daisies. I'm taking notice of the daisies, but also the roses. So there's some sort of balance going on in there. You know, it's like, yeah, and like not overthinking it, but having a think about it. But because as you've got this shift in perspective and perception and the way that you're thinking and being more in your truth, it's like you're more like anchoring yourself. This is where I feel like this meditation and going into your truth is to helping you to make the decision as you move to in which way ever you need to move for you. The devil here, it's also helping the card here. There's a sense of, you know, releasing yourself from restrictions, you know, self-indulged restrictions. It could be self-sabotage. It could be like, and this is where like this, it's going to the core and healing yourself. It could be, you know, it could be any sort of addiction. It could be sex addiction. It could be alcohol. It could be, you know, substance abuse, whatever it is. It could be that you may find that you are addicted to exercise, you know, whatever. You may be overdoing it and then you may hurt yourself with your body. So it's being like sensible in that way. So it's bringing something back. And so something may pop up or you may be healing something in that. But this is like there's some sort of transitional stuff side of things there and you're working through it. But I do feel for a good portion of you, you've worked through it, and this is something that you may be, but it's like you're not going to let that get in your way now, because this sense of happiness. It's like you've felt what that is when you've unbound yourself, when you're not bound, when you're not tied to restrictions that are self-imposed. And so there's a sense of more of a sense of freedom, basically setting you free. So that's what I'm hearing from that one. I just want to pull a card, and just a couple of cards from here, just to see, to clarify some of what has come through with this other deck here. Oh shit, that one really flew out. So yeah, the Five of Swords. So this is about, you know, like just the Five of Swords can, you know, be, depending on how you look at it, I just feel like, lay down and release it. Don't, it's like, because I'm hearing like lie your swords down, but it's like not that, but it's like, where are they going with that? How do I explain this one? Because these roses are all in, you know, going into the ground, but there's a rose or a flower. It looks like a rose to me that is running through this. The sword is running through the center of it with the leaves splayed out as well. But what I'm hearing is like these are swords of truth. So it's like oh, where's that? Where are they going with that? You know, let yourself, don't get in your head, ground yourself, basically, you know, is where they're going with that. There's a phrase that it's not coming to me at the moment, but there's something about just lay down and release, you know, release it. Don't overthink it. Don't let things like get on top of you mind-wise, and just being in your truth. And I'm being drawn to, okay, because the skies are pink in there, or a pinky salmon color. The earth is, you know, a little bit dried out and barren, but it's not like there are still trees there. So there is still some sort of life there, is where the other way they're explaining it. But it's like, see how he's laid down on the ground. And this is just like, release it. Just release what does not serve you for your highest good, and allow yourself to let it go. So it's like, I kind of want to say like, just lay down your swords, but these swords are in the ground. But what I'm drawn to is the flowers that they're running through. It's like there's lots of love there in saying that. But anyway, we'll see what comes up next, because and it'll shed a bit of light in there. Oh gosh, I'm going to put that one in there. Shed a bit of light on this Five of Swords here. But I feel like most of you will get that. It's like being in your own truth. Just, yeah. Because look at that. There's the Ace of Swords here. So there's, shifting your perspective, which is pretty much what is about, this is about, the Tower is about, is like there's something going on with about you, like holding on to old ways of thinking, doing things and stuff like that. So that's like there's a shift in your perspective and being in your truth, and there's nothing like that to help bring out that or work through like that to help work through your Tower moment. So whatever is going through, going on with this Five of Swords that's with you is it's like really super ground yourself, because the truth is coming out, or you're allowing yourself to let the truth come out and heal that side of you. Whatever struggle and frustration that you're going with in your life, but it's like the Tower here will reveal something to you, and you're either going to like let people go in your life, or you walk away from it. But there's people here that are falling out of this building, so with this this bolt of lightning here to help clear stuff away. But it's like you see, you start to see, through all the drama, through all the bullshit yourself, through that you've created, but what you've bought into, which is why this is here as well. So because often with limiting beliefs we can entrap ourselves within that, and it's like, so there is something, you're releasing that because you're seeing the truth, even though you've laid down there, and it's like, okay, I really got to sort this out with this, with what is going on, and standing in my own power, because that's what the Swords is about, is being in your power, making decisions. And sometimes when we make decisions, there's going to be a Tower moment, because people are not going to like it, which can help create that, or whatever. You're not going to like it, maybe, for some of you. It may not be, everybody, do not compare yourself to how everybody else is, because how they do it, because we're all different, okay? So the King of Cups is the last card out. So this is he's about, once again, the King of Cups here is being, going back to that space of being in control of your emotions, not letting your emotions get to your head, basically, or not let your head get to the make you more emotional, which is the solar plexus area, than what you need to be. So it's, don't buy into the drama that your mind might be telling you, because this is about you being discerning about your intuition, as well as what is emotional, and how much emotion is, or thought is there. So there's a whole lot of things that, emotion, thoughts, intuition, is the discernment in there. But I feel like, with he's there, the King of Cups is there to help you. So he started up and he's finished up here. So and I feel like you're going into this space, but he's just showing where you possibly can this week. And I feel like some of you maybe really already know that. There may be a King of Cups that's around you, another water sign that's around you as well. If you're female, that may be, there may be a King of Cups in your energy that's in your space. But if you're male, but this card, King of Cups, could be, for male or female. For me, they're not gender specific, with everything all the time, depending on what is going on with each reading. So anyway, I just want to Archangel, who's this one? A collective of angels have just been drawn to share a message from them with you. Okay, that's not wanting to fully come out, so we'll just leave that one. Okay, we'll see what comes out here. What do you want to share, angels, with Scorpio for this month of June 2021? Okay, oh gosh, it's in there. It's those two. Okay, some of yous may have a son, or maybe dreaming of a son, because there's son and dreams that come out. So some of you may be concerned about a son, or this may actually be to do with a son. But it's like, stay in somebody else. For some of you, that may be about dreams. Is hold on to your dream. It's coming. It's working. So some of you may be, wanting to have, to give birth to a son, create a son. But, you know, just hold on to your dreams, basically, is what I feel like this card may be talking to you about. Some of you may be like dreaming of your son coming back to you. There may be a child or a son that's overseas, or maybe a child or, you know, a son that's like, that may be in a bit of trouble that you may be concerned about or worried about, which what might be this for some of you may be about for you. But just hold the faith, and keep those dreams alive. Keep that positivity alive in that. So I do feel like some of you may feel like, oh, my dreams are shattered and that, but you're just going through a process that many of us go through. Some of us sit in it for far too long than what we need to, and we don't open the blinkers and clear some of this old stuff away, which is what you're starting to see now. You're starting to see the shit between, and the clay. What is shit, what is clay, and what is sand, what is healthy topsoil and shit like that stuff, that side of things. But yeah, and you're starting to see beyond the drama, basically. Cool. And these old limiting patterns that you've maybe have grown up with, and not just from the way that you've been brought up, and the way with your family, with society, with whatever, all sorts of, or it could be something that's happened to you in the past, or somebody's told you something and it's not true, and you're starting to, or it is true and you've doubted yourself, or whatever way that is. Anyway, there's an amazing journey. It's lots of excitement, and I'm going to leave that with you now, and wish you all the amazing best as you go through this this month of June 2021. My guides and helpers, your guides and helpers, the energy of Scorpio, we send you lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure, in prosperity, in abundance. Yeah. In abundance. I feel like I was wanting to say, oh yeah, and also that comes from the keepers of the light as well, energies. Okay, bye for now, and we'll probably see you next week.